Oh yeah, that's what's up. You know what time it is. Bam! It's Fresh Vinyl review time. Bam! What's doing, guys? We're back with a fresh vinyl review, and today we're going to be looking at the NECA Godzilla 1954. That is right, the NECA Godzilla 1954. So, the first thing I'm going to say about this review, we're going to do the Fresh Vinyl Fair Assessment review, okay? So what does the Fresh Vinyl Fair Assessment mean? The Fresh Vinyl Fair Assessment means that we are going to review this figure here without comparing it to any other figures that have come before it or that will come after it or something that's mentioned down the pipeline. We're going to assess this figure for what it is, okay? That's fair, because that's the only way to justify the figure, okay? Right. So, first off, I'm going to tell you, this figure came out sometime in 2015. I just picked it up from Vampire Robots at Monster Mania 33 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, where I had the privilege of having a great time with Godzilla friends, Mr. Ken Satsuma, and Mr. Mizuho Yoshida, who was the GMK Godzilla. Okay, bam, everybody should know who Ken Satsuma is. Anyway, Vampire Robots, that's right. My buddy who works at Vampire Robots, I asked him, hey, bring some because I'm going to buy one from you. So how much did this cost? $20. It cost me $20. No shipping, no nothing, $20, bam. I gave him a 20. I got some NECA figures, bam, okay? So, not a bad price, okay? Great price. Now, let's talk about the figure. The figure, it stands about 6 inches tall. It is Godzilla 1954, the Shodai Godzilla as we know, and it is articulated. That is what the NECA line of Godzilla figures are, putting out articulated Godzilla figures, right? Right. Okay, now, let's talk about the articulation. The tail articulates. Oh, wait, we gotta talk about the box real quick, which I don't have anymore because I ditched it and I don't need it. But take a look at the box. Comes in a blister pack style box. Windows display, everything. It has the Bandai Creations Godzilla 54 on the top, which is kind of odd if you ask me. And Godzilla's in there with the tail detached. So once you tear this puppy out of the packaging, you have to attach the tail. All you have to do with the tail here is to pop it on, just shove it into the ball joint, and you're good to go. So while we're talking about the tail, let's talk about the articulation first. Bam, look at that tail articulation. Not bad, right? No, it's not bad at all. Side to side, up and down, all that good stuff. And then in the tail, you have your wire, bendable wire, and you can reposition it like that, okay? So that's pretty cool. I kind of dig that. You know, it doesn't need to be all ball joints and everything right down the tail. So they have the bendable wire in there. You could do however you want with that, and that looks pretty good. Yes. Okay, the legs, we got articulation at the thighs, at the knees, just, you know, actually it's the calves. You twist them side to side, and the feet go up and down. That's both legs like that. At the torso goes up and, oh no, look at that. Oh, it's a gap in the dorsal plates. Throw it out. No, we're not going to throw it out. It's not a big deal, people. What you got to do is reposition them like that, and there's no gap. Enough with the gap. But anyway, so the torso, he goes up and down like that. So if we had him positioned, you can go forward like that, lean him back like that, twist him side to side. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Digging that, right? Right. The arms, they move at the shoulders, at the elbows, and the wrists. So those look pretty good, and they move nicely. Okay? The head. Now, I will say I think the head's got nice articulation to it because you go all the way down like that, whirl him up like that, open his mouth like that, and it looks good. Turn him side to side, any which way. I'm going to give a shout out to the person that made that Godzilla 1954 NECA video. Actually, it was a nice little comedy bit with the NECA figure and the Godzilla coin bank. And, you know, Godzilla walks up and having a little tease with the Godzilla that pokes out and takes a coin. Really funny. Great job to the person that did that. Good stuff. Okay, so that is the articulation. Let's talk about the finer details about the figure and everything else. The dorsal plates. They are bendy. They are rubbery vinyl. I'm going to say, yeah, I think this is vinyl. These are made out of vinyl. But, you know, you don't have to worry about breaking them or anything because they bend. Good back and forth, all that good stuff, right? Right. So those look good. They're painted nicely too. I would say they're very painted. They're painted accordingly. So those look good. And they're sculpted nicely. I really dig the sculpt on these dorsal plates. They look pretty damn, spot on. Spot on to me, okay? The figure is painted in black and white to go with the look of the 1954 Gojira film, Godzilla King of the Monsters, whichever you want to call it. So the paint job is very, it's spot on for the movie. The eyes are painted black and white. The teeth are off-gray to go black and white, and there's nothing in color on this figure at all. The toenails, fingernails are all painted gray, so that looks good. Everything looks good on the paint job. I have zero complaints on the paint job, zero complaints on the articulation. Everything is good. Nothing is falling apart. Let's talk about the detail now. The detail, now, I don't know who is sculpting these NECA figures, but they have really stepped their game up, with the release of this figure. Prior to this release, I only had the Godzilla 2014 NECA figure, and that looked pretty good, but as far as the traditional Japanese Godzilla figures go, I did not have any until this one here. This one really grabbed my attention when I first saw it last year. I'm like, you know what, I think I'm going to pick it up, and I procrastinated for so long to pick it up, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get it, because it does look really great. You got the ears, eyes, everything looks awesome. The teeth are sculpted nicely. The face, when you look at this figure, there's no question of a doubt we're looking at the 1954 Godzilla. It looks great. I really like the face. The face, it really captures the look of that Godzilla. It knocks it right out of the park. Now, for $20, people, this is a great job. This is an easy $20. I mean, I probably, if this figure was $40, I think I still would have gotten it. NECA really did a great job. To the person that's sculpting NECA, if any of you guys out there that know the sculptor, leave the name in the comments section. I'll add it in the description later on, but he's doing a great job. This definitely is a great looking figure. And again, $20. How can you go wrong? The pros about this line, about NECA figures, they're very affordable for young collectors and any collector that's on a budget. And, it's great for any collector that loves the NECA line. So the price is right. They're easily accessible. You can get them in comic shops, toy stores, Kmart's, Walmart's. They're popping up at conventions. Online retailers here in the United States have them. They are easy to get. You don't have to worry about getting it shipped EMS or anything from Japan. It's great. It's a great affordable line. And I'll tell you right now, when I was a kid, when I was collecting Treadmasters. We didn't have these. We didn't have something like this. And this blows anything out of the park that I was collecting stateside when I was a kid. So great job to you guys NECA fans. Definitely pick it up if you haven't already. I'm going to imagine a lot of people already have this as I'm reviewing this figure well after the release of the figure. So it's perfect. And again, I bought mine from Vampire Robots. Okay, at Monster Mania. I'm not sure how many he has left. Okay, so get it if you don't have it. I'm telling you, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up from Mr. Fresh Vinyl. Bam. Okay. What else could I say? Everybody watching this video, if you don't know already, and you should know, SH Monster Arts is putting out a Godzilla 1954. I will do a separate comparison video with this figure and the SH Monster Arts one after I do my review on the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 54. And what we're going to do in that video is we're going to sit and we're going to look at the different aspects of each figure. Now, if you haven't heard me say it already, or if you haven't got the vibe, I can't find anything wrong with this figure at all. I think it is a well-made figure for $20. So what I'm going to do with the SH Monster Arts and the NECA version is just to do a little bit of comparison as to why the SH Monster Arts is more money and why, for what they are, okay? Just mind you, there are different aspects to each figure. Okay, and we'll leave it at that until that video comes out later in the summer 2016, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, this figure is certified fresh, and I really dig it. I am glad I picked it up. This is a great buy for $20. If you haven't got it, go get it already. I know I said that, okay? So that is my review on the NECA Godzilla 1954 that I bought from Vampire Robots. Ha! Coffee, great. Blood for me. Coffee for me, blood for vampires from the robots that take batteries and all that funny stuff. Okay? So that's all I got. And that's all the time we have tonight. So thank you for watching my fresh review on the NECA Godzilla 1954. Hit me up in the comments section, guys. Get questions or concerns. Yes, I will be picking up the GMK NECA Godzilla figure, and we'll be doing the same fresh vinyl fair assessment on that one too. Bam! And I will see you in the next fresh vinyl review. Remember, people, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. And I'm losing my voice because bam!